Over the last 3 years, we noticed that many African countries have been a bit overwhelmed by the increased pace as well as complexity of changes in the global standard setting. So in this context, my recommendation to the G20 are twofold. First, the G20 must be able to encourage and help African leaders to establish those political institutions where tax policy and tax administration are actually discussed, issues are discussed, but also presented to the African head of states, but also to the international fora. And second, the G20 must also keep the momentum and deepen that international tax cooperation through moving away from a club governance type of setting to a truly multilateral type of governance where they actually leverage on what regional tax organizations are already doing, like the ATAF or CIAT.
I believe that it is in the interest of the G20 to help create an Africa that is literate and numerate and able to add value and process. Now, process actually means science and technology applied to production. You can only do that with an educated, numerate and literate workforce. If we're able to do that, it will be profitable for the G20 because it will be a source of trained labor able to utilize European capital and technology to be able to produce and probably outproduce its rivals. Europe and Africa being the closest neighbors, distance will be economized, will be an economy. And in a world where you find some great powers now talking about America first, if Europe is able to help Africa to integrate and expand its market within, and also to produce and have an educated population, the relation between Europe and Africa will become one of productive advantage for both sides. I think it's to Europe's advantage to help Africa achieve that.
G20 is an economic forum with a big majority of big countries, advanced countries, developing countries, emerging market economies in the world. Its goal is very focused on a dynamic, strong, sustainable, balanced growth. So its target is promoting the growth in the world. So African industrialization is really an issue of the poverty reduction, job creation, growth. They are very closely related. I believe that it's a right forum for all the leaders to support African industrialization.
Well, Africa's at a moment where we've grown quite strongly in the last 15, 20 years. Growth isn't very strong now. And engagement of the G20 with Africa is going to, I think, give additional impetus to the ability of Africa to diversify, to improve investment, to improve governance, and it could be very valuable. It also means that the G20, the very powerful countries in the G20 who sometimes compete with each other in Africa for African partnerships of various kinds, will also be cooperating in supporting African development.